This is Josiah Plays Planescape Torment, Enhanced Edition. Alright, we've got Mercy Killer Patron. Let's talk to him. You see a grizzled, burly man in spiked armor. He eyes you coolly and slowly, up and down, evaluating you. He pauses for a time on your face, almost as if it jogs his memories somehow. He sighs then and says, "Can I help you with something, friend?" "Do you recognize me?" "I thought I did, but those pictures are centuries out of date, and the suspect would be dead by now. Of course, these are the planes, and stranger things have happened. Still, if you're the feller I'm thinking of, it looks like you've served your sentence by means of pain." "What can you tell me about this person you're talking about?" "'Twas a particularly brutal criminal, from what I understand. This was, of course, centuries ago. Immense strength, they said, and enough anger to tear the head from a barrier." Oh, that's definitely not me. My strength is only 9. Not guilty. I believe my character sheet will back me up, Your Honor. Couldn't have been me. "Immense strength, they said. Enough anger to tear the head from a barrier. Not a sod to be messing with. Word is, he got himself surrounded by a Red Death patrol, escaped through a portal, and hasn't been seen since." He frowns, studying you. "They have pictures of him. Take away some of the scars and you might be related to him. Probably not him, though." "Sounds like a nasty fellow. I had some questions about something else." "What do you want to know?" "I'm looking for a journal. Have you seen one?" "See far too much on the mean streets of Sigil, friend." Oh god, he's one of these guys. "You don't even know about the shit I saw in Nam, friend." "Unless this journal was something spectacular. Chances are good I ain't seen it." "Very well then. Do you have answers to other questions?" "What do you want to know?" "Have you ever heard of a collector by the name of Farod? I'm looking for him." "You're looking for him, eh? From the tone of your voice, I'm betting it won't be for a quick drink down at the local tavern either. See, I know Farod of old. He's a slippery one, he is, and it'll be a time before we can pin something on him. Problem is, only a fanatic like Veilord Oh, I didn't realize a reference to Veilord popped up here. That's pretty awesome. Only a fanatic like Veilord scragged the guy without even a shred of proof. That's all a long way of saying I don't know where the sod is. But you ought to know he's a suspect. It won't do you any good to be seen with him." "Thanks for the advice. Can you answer something else for me?" Dak'kon would say something about how a person with completionist OCD does not know themselves. And he would put it in asterisks. The game is so much better the second time you play it. Well, this is far from the second time. I've completed it completely through, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. Plus, I've played it, parts of it, again, without completing it, another 3 or 4 times beyond that. But they were all, they were all kind of a long time ago. I mean, I haven't played it recently, like within the last several years at least. And so, my memory of a lot of it is really shaky. What's up, Exit 3 TV? Never played this game, but Baldur's Gate is one of your favorites of all time. Love Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale, etc. Should I get it? Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. If you love Baldur's Gate 2, and Icewind Dale, you will love this as well because it is by the same developers, in the same engine, in the same style. There are differences between them, but this game is great, and if you love those games, you should definitely get this. In my opinion, this game is better than all those games you named, even though those are very good games. It just came out with the brand new Enhanced Edition that made the UI and the interface and some of the game features and visuals and everything more modernized for new computers in a new era and so forth. And it's for sale on GOG or Steam, I think, for pretty cheap. So you should definitely, it's only like $20. You should definitely get it. Saying you can't possibly remember Valor mentioned here by the time you... Oh, yeah, because by the time you meet him, it's way, way longer in the game. Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. How is it not the same developers as Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate was Black Isle Studios. This was Black Isle Studios. It might not be the exact same team that was on it, but it's the same studio. Alright, what did you want to know? You like Valor, more specifically his helm. It's not 3.5 rule set. No, it's 2nd edition rule set. Just like Baldur's Gate. The engine for Baldur's Gate I thought was made by BioWare, but not the actual game. I thought they made the engine, but Black Isle Studios actually designed the game itself. That's what I remember hearing. But obviously I could be wrong. I'm usually wrong about most things. Alright. We're looking for Farad. Who are you? Me? I'm Turner. What's with the outfit? It's a uniform of a kind. We're the Red Death. Mercy killers. We're the justice folks. Someone commits a crime, we bring him to justice. We right wrongs, too. Want to know more? Go talk to one of the recruiters. Fair enough. Answer some questions for me, will you? What do you want to know? Your friends here. They're Caleb and Ilsidon. Caleb's the new meat, a new recruit. Ilsidon's the muscle. I'm the brains. What are you doing here? Waiting for a criminal. This'll be Eager Caleb's first arrest, if the Burke we're waiting for ever shows up. What, are you some kind of police force? Is that what your armor is? A uniform? Nope, the whole game. You have to kill Valor, please save his helm. I think generally I just get Valor to kill himself. I don't know what I do with Valor. The problem with Valor is you get him really late in the game, and you're in a place where you've already got a full party probably, unless you're certain streamers that did this game that didn't bother to get any party members and still only had like 3 fucking people when they went to Cursed somehow. I don't even. But, and then they were complaining about getting their ass kicked all the time. Yeah, you didn't get your whole party. Anyway. You're gonna have a full party, and you have to leave someone behind there if you want Valor, and they're just left behind there forever. They're done. They're stuck in the prison plane, and you can never get them back. Which is really shitty. So, I never take Valor. Black Isle licensed the engine from BioWare after Baldur's Gate 1. Published it, not developed. Check the wiki. Interplay published it. Either way, the writing is on par between Baldur's Gate games and this game. That's all I need to know. Yeah, I think anybody who's played this game and Baldur's Gate would not suggest that the writing is on par. This game is heralded among all game critics as having some of the best writing ever in any computer game. It's a little better across the board than Baldur's Gate. But Baldur's Gate was really good too. I really liked it. I didn't realize that Black Isle Studios didn't do Baldur's Gate 1. Well, you could still do the completionism thing, Sato. You just leave a companion behind and get the new one, and you still will have gotten all the companions. Just one of them happens to be... I think when you companions, most of the companions, I think if they leave your party, they're gone. I think. No matter where they leave your party. But some of them you might be able to get back. I never really kick anybody out of my party. I pretty much just... I have my team that I like to take, and I never take the other two guys. Baldur's Gate is what made BioWare. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. You thought Baldur's Gate 1 was better than 2? I don't know very many people that would agree to that. I didn't think it was better than 2. Most everybody I know thinks Baldur's Gate 2 is better than 1, but each his own. You liked it better. You liked it better. That's your deal. Ignis and Veil. No, nobody in this game really has a quote-unquote companion quest. A lot of the companions have basically like a quest you have to do just to get the companion, and then that's it. But a lot of them also have storyline developments that come from successive conversations you have with them that are triggered by in-game events and things if you have them with you or whatever. So none of them have a per se companion quest thing that's going to pop up in your journal. Do this thing for your companion. But they all have things that you can do to change them or change their situation, and usually you can get some sort of bonuses out of them based on having them with you and having certain conversations with them. Most of the companions have something you usually have to do just to get them. Like Ignis. I can't just get Ignis right now. I have to do a specific thing to be able to get Ignis. And same with Fall from Grace, same with Nordum, same with Anna. Technically, there's nothing special you have to do to get Valor other than just be in the right place at the right time, but he's actually really easy to miss. He's kind of a hidden companion. You can do crazy solo runs on Baldur's Gate 1. You can't do that on Baldur's Gate 2? Nana says, sorry, Sato, you loved EE content. Your opinion is void. Nice. Alright. Anyway, we're talking to this Mercy Killer. Judge Dredd, the faction. What are you doing here? Are you some kind of police force? Is your armor a uniform? It's a uniform of a kind! We're the Red Death! Oh, he already said this. We asked him about Farod. We asked him about the journal. We asked him about his friends. And did you recognize and who are you? Oops, no. What we didn't ask him about is tell me about this place, if you would. At this point, I've asked everybody in here about this place. I know more about this place than the owner. This is a smoldering corpse. Chant is, this place is full of portals and such. But then, that's true of most anywhere in Sigil. Good, cheap drinks, and if you don't mind the company of bubbers and fiends, it ain't a bad place to be. You want to know more about the place, talk to the bartender or something. Very well. Farewell. This game is so much better than it has no voice acting. It does have voice acting, just not much.
What's up?
Endure.
When you talk to certain characters,
grow strong.
certain really important
Your path is mine.
Certain really important characters have part of their lines are voiced.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
See, he just said that voice, but then he'll only voice certain, you know, they'll only voice certain lines.
What is your will?
But I do all the voice acting for the lines that aren't voiced when I play these kinds of games, because that is how I roll.
All right.
It's fun for me, actually. It changes the whole experience. I'm not just playing a game. I'm playing a game and essentially giving a performance at the same time, which changes the feel of the entire experience, really. Oh yeah, Slappy, I remember this guy. And hey, my old friend, Sir Scar! He chortles under his breath, or at least makes a valiant attempt. In his inebriated condition, he has trouble doing anything quietly. What can old Slappy do for you, Scar Man? I've already asked him all these questions, though. Nothing. Good day. So these two patrons, and these two Abishai, which is a type of devil. Oh wait, they're not called devils in 2nd edition. A type of Batizu, I mean. Wait, that Saz-Tam thing is... They put Saz-Tam in the game as an Enhanced Edition thing? Dude, that is some bullshit. Beamdog should not have been messing with major plot characters. That's outside their purview, in my opinion. Alright. Let's talk to these two patrons, and then we'll talk to the devils, who are probably the most interesting characters in here. Because they're devils, obviously. I mean Batizu. This is a woman with a far-off cast to her face. She is not exactly young, nor is she exactly old. Perhaps it's the expression of slight disbelief that's etched across her features. The expression says that she doesn't believe her senses. When she focuses on you, she speaks sharply, but not angrily. You need something? What was that you and your friend were saying about Sigil? He's not my friend, he's my cousin. He was just telling me that this isn't the center of the multiverse, despite it being located smack in the middle of the Outlands, despite it being the focal point of portals from all over the cosmos. There isn't a known place with more. Despite all the quarreling the gods do over it, despite the sheer variety and concentration of power that accumulates here, there is no place like this in the cosmos, and he's telling me it's nothing special? Ha! That's an interesting perspective. Perhaps you both have elements of truth. Perhaps you're correct, but I find that such relativism is often beyond me. Either the place is important or it's not. Paradox may fuel the planes, but there must be sense to it somehow. Not necessarily, but I haven't time to argue this right now. Instead, I'd like to ask more questions. Beamdog shouldn't touch... Well, they didn't for the Enhanced Edition of this. They didn't touch any of the creative content. They just basically fixed the technical issues and UI and stuff like that. Do they give different names to the D&D lore? Is it set in D&D? You mean in this game? This is definitely still set in D&D. It's set in the Planescape setting of D&D, which is one of the weirder D&D settings, but it's definitely still official D&D. It's just not in the Forgotten Realms like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale. Let's teleport to Orient part. What? What did you do, Beamdog? Ask away, I'll answer if I can. Who is that burning by the entryway?
That's Ignis. He attempted to burn down a portion of the city some time back. Centuries? And was punished by being turned into a living flame. Nasty fate, but fitting for a known pyromaniac and arsonist. From what I've read, it'd be best to leave him well alone. Oh, so he's been here burning like this for a really long time. Kind of explains why he's such a fucking ass-neck. No, I get the feeling that Ignis was just an ass-neck even before he spent hundreds of years burning.
How do you know so much about the place? Aren't you a prime?
The Uncle Cialan and I share is a wizard who makes his home here. He brings his relatives to the plains on occasion to show them the delights and horrors of the multiverse. I wanted to be sure I was ready for the trip, and so I prepared myself. Extensively. She spent a lot of time reading Planescape Wiki. I probably know more about the city than my cousin who's lived here his entire life. He gestures disparagingly at the man nearby. Avalon has stated he actually approves of a lot of the new content. Like, it's one thing to approve of something, and it's another thing to create it. Look, I've seen a lot of creative types. A lot. Writers, artists, etc., who say a lot of really nice things about things that other artists and writers and such create. Because that's just what you do. I mean, it's not like he was gonna come out and say, it sucks. That would be too much of a dick move.
It's quite an uncle. Can I ask some other questions? I'm looking for a journal.
Sorry, I'm new in town, and I can assure you I haven't seen anything like that I'd recognize as a journal. Though I'm told that something that appears to be a person could in actuality be the journal for some other creature. I'm still trying to get my head around the philosophy here. It's a little overwhelming, but they say if you stick with it, it becomes much easier.
That's a relief. I'd like to get some more answers from you.
You find it endlessly amusing that Sun Soul monks worship the moon, but not Dark Moon ones? Oh, that is pretty stupid. Well, Dark Moon monks are servants of Shar. So yeah, they worship the opposite of the moon, basically. Because Shar hates Selûne. Oh, I'm sure Avalon's a dick all the time. I mean, in real life, most people are. But you know, when you're in a professional field and you're going on record as saying something about other creators, typically most people tend to say, "Oh yeah, it's really good" or whatever. I do that too, even with streamers. I'll pretend like other streamers are good streamers when they're not, just because it's what you do. You support each other. Not that I'm a good streamer, because I'm certainly not. But see, it takes one to know one. I know bad streamers because I'm a bad streamer. So I get to, you know, birds of a feather and shit.
I'm looking for a collector by the name of Farod. Have you seen or heard of him?
A collector? I don't believe I've heard the term. He pauses, thinking. Is that one of those haulers of the dead? Poor folk who collect the hive's innumerable victims for money?
Yes.
From what I understand, they mostly congregate in the areas of the hive that are farther from the mortuary, where there's more life and more violence. Your best bet might be to concentrate your search away from the house of the dead.
I might just do that, but first I'd like to ask another question of you.
Ask away, I'll answer if I can.
Who are you?
I'm Kiaris Thorntongue. I'm here with my cousin because my uncle doesn't want me wandering the hive on my own. He doesn't seem to think I'm competent on my own. He may be right. I don't know this city or this plane very well. I'm not from here. I'm from the Prime.
Prime? What's that?
She cocks her head and looks at you oddly. The prime material plane, the place where the belief is the outer planes are shaped of, is born. The world, stars, moons, and so forth. Belief and reality. Sure hope you know what the prime is, because it's an essential part of planar knowledge.
I knew that. I had other questions. You're from the Prime?
Visiting, expanding my horizons. The Prime is a fine place to live, but it's a little too real, I suppose. My uncle gives each of his nieces and nephews a few years in the plains and allows us to remain here if we so desire. I think I might so desire. I'm fascinated and repelled. But then, I suppose that's the nature of the plains, isn't it?
As I understand it, yes. Do you have enough knowledge to give me some answers?
I feel like so many of the things Nameless One says are so fucking patronizing. It's awesome.
I have a 20 wisdom. I'm just tolerating all of you unwise people.
I don't know anything about Sun Soul monks. Does it test NPC and PSD game files unused in the retail version, making fun of Avalon? Is that right? What kind of stuff does he say? We've already...
What can you tell me about this place?
This is, I understand, the Smoldering Corpse Tavern, named after that fellow near the entrance. From what I can see, it's a dive where scum mixes with cream to create an entirely unappetizing new flavor. Of course, being from the Prime, my perceptions might be jaundiced. I've never in my life heard somebody say that their perceptions were jaundiced. Hashtag jaundiced perceptions. The name of my new band. Check out our album with such hits as Chapel of Lights.
It's possible. Things are not always as they seem here. Can you answer some more questions for me?
I've asked her all this.
Nothing. Good day.
You know what's weird? This is what's weird. These characters have names. All of them. They've all got names. Mercy Killer Patron here, he had a name. This dude told me his name, but I don't remember it now, but he had one. These two have names. That other guy that was Slappy that was wandering around here, he had a name. They have names. Why are they just listed as Mercy Killer Patron or Smoldering Corpse Patron? Don't say because you don't know their names yet, because all these other characters over here have names and they're just sitting there with their name above their head. It seems strange that they picked certain characters. I mean, I could get it if it's just a nothing throwaway character that doesn't have a name, but these characters explicitly tell you their names. Soon is the goddess of beauty. Forgotten Realms. Alright. Smoldering Corpse Patron number 2. This is a slightly balding man with a cynical cast to his face. He speaks in a staccato voice, rapping out each word distinctly and clearly. I don't know how to do a staccato voice. What does that even mean? Each word rapping out. Rapping? Do I need to rap all this guy's lines? No, that's not what it means, I know. But it'd be pretty funny. No, that's not what it means. What do you want, Cutter?
Who are you? Who are you?
I am Selene Irontoes. Before you ask, I got the name because my idiot brother dropped a 50-pound stone on my feet and crushed my toes. Now I have iron toes, alright?
Alright, I suppose. Answer some other questions, will you? I'm looking for a journal.
I haven't seen one. At least not one that stuck out in my mind. If it wasn't valuable, try the trash mounds out on the opposite side of the hive. I sympathize with your plight. Journals are the very essence of identity. They keep us aware of our past and help us plot our future paths. I always keep a journal myself, and I find I am a better person because of it. He says this last with self-satisfied relish. I think I just found Bujo Guy in this fucking game. I think this is Bujo Guy. If you guys don't know who Bujo Guy is, you gotta Google him and go find his Instagram. A Bujo, for those who don't know, that's an abbreviated term for a bullet journal. A bullet journal is a type of journal that doesn't have lines or blank pages. It has a bunch of tiny little dots on each, basically like a grid of tiny dots on every page. And people like coming up with all sorts of creative ways to use these to track things in their life or be more productive or be more creative or whatever the fuck. I don't own a bullet journal. I know nothing about bullet journals. I just found out about this by watching somebody else's stream. But this guy, Bujo Guy, is actually hilarious. He's got an Instagram where he shares all these things that he's done in his bullet journal. All these ideas he's had. And he shows pictures of them. And his shit is so crazy. It's next level. It's out there in a realm that I can't even compare to anyone else. Some of the stuff is pure ludicrous nonsense, and some of it's actually kind of genius, but still ridiculous. Anyway, Bujo Guy. I feel like we just found Bujo Guy, because I mentioned journal, and he goes off on a whole fucking thing about how journals are the best. He says this last with self-satisfied relish.
You're not kidding. Answer some other questions. I'm looking for a collector by the name of Farod. Have you seen or heard of him?
A collector? Isn't that one of those nasty dead haulers? I don't associate with that type. This isn't my ward, really. So no, I've never heard of him.
What is your ward?
I live in the ladies' ward with my uncle. That does not make you sound tough. I'm just saying. When you're in the hive in a bar, you gotta sound tougher than that. Street cred failed. It's generally a better class of person there, if I may say so for myself. None of the riffraff that you see floating around here so much. No, I'd say that coming to this area is definitely slumming. I can't say that I enjoy it, but then I'm told one should experience a wide variety of life's offerings. I'm just about done with this one. Okay, so you're a little bit of a stuck-up asshole.
Ladies' ward, eh? Very well. Answer some questions.
The engine script doesn't support renaming avatars. Really? That sounds like something you just made up. Zombie NPC's dialogue. I am one of the rotting herd of zombies that fill the catacombs. I shamble to and from work, just like Chris Avalone. Blah, blah. Blah? Smell like him, too. Nice. Too bad that didn't make it in the game. No, I mean, that's too ridiculous to be in the game, but it's funny anyway. What is up, son? How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see ya. How you feeling, son? How you living? You making it through this day? My Danish twin. You know what? I need to take a second here. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, we're talking to the Smoldering Corpse patron named Selayan Irontoes.
What can you tell me about this place?
This is the smoldering corpse. I've brought my greenhorn, clueless prime cousin here to see some of the sights, smells, and sounds of Sigel's beauties. So far, she remains unimpressed. I would be incredibly impressed if I came to Sigil. Only 3 minutes left in this day, so I'm pretty confident I'll make it through it. Wow, 3 minutes left. I've got a lot of minutes left. So many minutes left. 9 hours. Son Gnif is not Anonymous's alternate world self. He's more my alternate world self. Oh, he's not even my alternate world self. He's my this world self. It is freakishly crazy how many things we have in common. I can see why. Can you tell me something else? Who's that burning by the entryway? Chat has it that the unfortunate fellow goes by the name of Ignis. Burned down a portion of the hive before the folks here got together and took care of him. They made him a conduit to the elemental plane of fire, and now he has to ride there for folks' amusement. Not too amusing, but interesting, certainly. It certainly is. Tell me something else. What was it that you and your friend were saying about Sigil? Ah, my cousin! He stresses the word as if to emphasize that he has no choice in his acquaintance. Has recently come here from her backwater prime world. My uncle, a renowned wizard, brought her here to expand her horizons. She labors under the delusion that this is the center of the multiverse, and she thinks it's somehow important. Since I've lived here my whole life, I know otherwise. It's a place the powers in Planeborn overlook, just as humans overlook the squirrels in their city parks. It's not important, and the sooner humans come to realize they're not important, the better off they'll be. Really? I'll have to hear her justification for this. In the meantime, can you answer some other questions for me? Actually, that's it. Nothing. Good day. Now, if I talk to her again... Okay. So we've talked to them. They disagree. I think Sigil is the center of the multiverse and that it's really damn important. Oh, we got this negative token from Dak'kon. Special, ward against shadows. Special, hold shadow creatures temporarily. This is a negative token. A flat black disc that appears to have no substance to it at all. Turning it over reveals that it has no third dimension. There is no thickness to this item at all. It gives you some command over creatures of shadow. You can command them to stand still for a few precious seconds. The more powerful the shadow, the less likely it will obey your command. As an added benefit, as long as this token is carried by any of your party members, it acts as a ward against shadows. It will not prevent shadows from attacking your group, but the shadows will find it more difficult to harm you while the token is carried. That's actually super helpful. Thanks, man. Is it a... Do I put it in my quick item slot? Okay. Have I updated my journal? Nope. Cynicism is how you stay truly cheerful, Saito. Is that right, Anonymous? Are you truly cheerful? All right. I've read all that. Okay, we're finally ready to talk to Tagarin and Athelgrin, the two devils that are... Batizu. This is not a Satan game, Christians. Don't worry, they're not devils. They're Batizu. That doesn't sound like anything bad, does it? You see a scaled fiend who looks very similar to the one standing next to him. In addition to the pierced left ears, both are black-hued and reptilian, with bat wings tucked against themselves. This one has a small scar under its left eye.
Greetings, old comrade. 'Tis truly a joy to see you again.
Again?
What I mean, dear man, is that time, our old enemy, has performed a vicious disservice on you. It robs your memories and steals your recollections. If you do not recall us, why, it is because you have fallen prey to one of mortality's weaknesses. We are old friends of yours, old indeed. What can we do for you?
Well, they seem to know who I am and that I keep losing my memories.
I had some questions.
Some questions? Perhaps we have answers. We are certainly eager to aid you, old friend.
Both Abishai have the exact same voice because that's just the voice of Abishai. Hey, Pakul, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm not still in the mortuary. I left the mortuary and came to the Smoldering Corpse bar, and I'm in there. I breezed through mortuary in only 7 hours. Yeah, I did. It took me 7 hours to go through the mortuary. What is basically a 30-minute tutorial for normal players. Alright, they're certainly eager to aid me. That's great.
Who are you?
Athelgrin. Time has robbed our companion's memory. You honestly do not recall us, do you? Truly, I am aggrieved.
But
As am I, Tagarin, truly aggrieved. Yet I rest easy. It has, after all, been many hundreds of years, and we know how the minds of mortals tend to dissipate with age.
So I knew these two hundreds of years ago. The Nameless One has been around for a while.
Well spoken. Old friend, we are a pair of Abishai on leave from our current assignments in Baitor. I am Tagarin, the thrice damned, so named for my ability to find the best in every situation.
The Thrice Damned? This sounds like somebody who's met Saito 3 times.
This is Athelgrin, who has earned himself no special name, though not for lack of trying.
lack of trying. What do you mean?
Athelgrin ignores you as it responds to its companion.
And once again, Tagarin, you have cut straight to the truth of the matter. Though perhaps it is best not to have earned the sort of notice one bearing the name Thrice Damned must surely have incurred.
Once bitten, thrice damned. Wait, what? Took you 3 hours to go through the mortuary? Alright. That makes me feel a little better. About my 7 hours.
I had some other questions.
Mort whispers to you.
Boss, I don't like this. They're not supposed to be here. The Blood War hasn't kicked the Celestials' asses bad enough that any fiend can go on furlough. They want something. Tread carefully.
In the meantime, Tegarin continues to respond to its companion. In its turn, Tegarin ignores you as it replies to its comrade.
Once again, I maintain that any notice is better than no notice at all.
Yabashai turns back to you.
Old friend, does this answer your question as to our identities?
Oh, we met a devil whose nickname is the Thrice Damned, and I said he must have met you 3 times, Saito. And I was expecting you to furiously object in chat.
Suppose I will have to. I had some other questions.
Some questions? Perhaps we have answers. We are certainly eager to aid you, old friend.
What are you doing?
What are we doing? Why, is it not perfectly clear, old friend? We are on leave from our beloved assignment, taking for ourselves some much-needed rest, and perhaps inducing some additional recruitment for our glorious cause. Our superiors fully support our presence, to be sure. In a more immediate sense, we are taking our entertainment in this delightful establishment. And of course, we are celebrating the return of our old friend. However, the stench of the breezes, which occasionally waft the scent of goodness in the door, debases us somewhat, leaving us physically, mentally, and spiritually weaker. Unfortunately, the air in this ward of the city carries a delicious tang of pain and supplication. Wouldn't you agree?
I do love me a nice tang of pain and supplication in the air. Again, the fiend smiles broadly at you.
I had some other questions. What is this place?
This is the Smoldering Corpse Tavern, one of the more entertaining taverns your kind has seen fit to erect in this city. The poetic justice of the burning fellow at the front of the establishment is really quite a fine touch. Was there something else you wish to ask?
Yes, I had some other questions. You know a collector named Farod?
Farod? I have heard the name. Is he not a sage of some sort? A necromancer? Or is he a diviner of rubbish? I have heard of him, friend, but do not have the pleasure of his company. Perhaps one of the other patrons here can help you.
Perhaps. I had some other questions. I'm looking for a journal.
Because two random devils in a bar are gonna know about where to find a journal.
I'm looking for a journal.
I keep no journals, friend, and I counsel that you should not either. Ask my dear comrade Tagarin why, and you shall receive enlightenment.
Honestly, that makes sense. If you're up to some shenanigans in your life, writing that shit down is not the best idea. I've written some shit down on occasion that I really should not have done, and well, most of it can't come back to bite me in the ass now, but who knows what's floating around out there. Especially when it's on the internet. You don't know, you know, anything could be saved from the internet forever.
Very well. Tagarin, why should I not keep a journal?
Because, friend, it is easy to make the mistake of committing a true word to posterity, and easier still for someone you once trusted.
And here he shoots a glance full of venom at Athelgrin.
To find that word and use it against you. Indeed, it can even lead to actions tantamount to desertion. Leaving or losing a journal can cost you your very existence.
Alright, so I didn't realize my journal was that high stakes. Holy shit.
Let's see. And some other questions.
Boss, I'm more sure than ever that these Burks ain't on the up and up. Sounds to me like they deserted, like they're looking for some angle that'll elevate their status in Baitor. You don't want to be talking to them, boss. You don't know what game they're playing, and you could get burned. Literally.
Alright, Mort. Just a few more questions for these two.
Oh. Athelgrin recognizes Mort, or knows something about him.
Why, is that a little floating skull I see? There's a lovely sweet scent of Batorian decay about you, my pretty. Perhaps we should discuss this later.
Yabashai returns its attentions to you.
Now then, you said you had some questions.
So a scent of Baitor on Mort. The mysteries of our companion Mort thicken. Most of us have written some shit we wish we didn't, mostly via SMS. Mostly to some women, didn't we? Yeah, I have told a few women some things that I should not have told them. And for the most part, it didn't go over well. That's why you create a completely detached persona for every site you use and cover the fact that you're role-playing with humor. Well, I don't know about all that. That sounds A, exhausting, B, really unfulfilling.
Now then, you said you had some questions.
Tell me about fiends.
As we see it, there are two kinds of fiends. Those who are correct, and those who are not. Our side, that of the Batizu, is correct. The other side, that of the cursed, hated, chaotic Tanari, is incorrect and must be exterminated. We hold the Tanari directly responsible for the Blood War. Were it not for them, we could have settled the lower planes in peace, and wouldn't have all the bother of fighting this wretched war, nor would the unfortunate spillovers into other planes be such a cause for concern among the namby-pambying do-gooders. The Tanari are directly to blame for the multiverse's sad state of affairs.
That's not really what I was asking. I wanted to know what differentiates you from them.
Fiend pauses a moment, and then brightens.
Ah, yes! You see, we represent law and order. Those who break the law must be punished. If we have no law, we have only anarchy. And surely you can see what anarchy has done for the Abyss. It has spawned horrors beyond imagining. Any excesses the Batizu state may have indulged in are simply to counter the rising tide of chaos represented by the Tanari. We mean no harm to anyone.
When a devil tells you we mean no harm to anyone. You are literal embodiments of evil.
We mean no harm to anyone. We just prefer to understand where the boundaries are.
I see. I had some other questions.
Actually, I didn't.
That's all. Farewell.
So we've talked to everybody in here now. Mort, why do you have a Batorian scent?
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
How did you die, Mort?
I've already asked him this. He's already told me these things.
Whatever, let's go. Come on, shake a leg.
Mort glares at you. I'm not convinced you are some sort of walking curse that's destined to follow me around. Oh, you're following me.
Look who's talking. Let's go.
Alright, so we're done in here. We're done in the smoldering corpse. I think in a sense you could say that Ignis is kind of a hidden companion too, because there's nothing's ever gonna tell you, I don't think, what you need to do to get him, or even that you should do anything to get him. Like when we went up and talked to him, we didn't get like a quest that says find a way to free Ignis, right? You find what you need to find in order to free Ignis, and you now have the means to do it, but nothing tells you go back and free Ignis now. You just have to decide to do that on your own. So he's kind of a hidden companion in that sense. More, I mean, I guess Dak'kon's kind of a hidden, but Dak'kon's just standing here, but you can just walk up to him and recruit him. So I guess that's not really that hidden, but Anna's thrown at you. I mean, Valor's pretty hidden, but I guess the most hidden companion is Nordum. He's a really hidden companion. You gotta put some fucking work in to get Nordum. Who's dead here tonight? Not as dead as the mortuary, though. Okay. Finally, we're leaving the first place that we visited. Witcher 1. Does any of you guys remember what was Geralt ending conversation line? Was it farewell in English versions? I have no idea. I think I might have missed Valor my first time through. I got all the others. I don't know, Pakul. I don't remember. I've played through The Witcher 1 twice, all the way, but it's been quite a while. I don't remember. I don't even remember how the game ends exactly. After he... You talk to Alvin at the end. You fight the Wild Hunt guy. And then... I don't know what you do. Maybe you talk to Alvin or something, and then it's over? I don't remember. Hopefully these thugs don't jump me. They're jumping me. Alright. Fine. I guess we'll do this.
Done.
I don't want the other group of thugs to also jump me.
Huh?
I hear your words. All right.
What a perfectly good waste of arms and legs.
All right.
Okay, guys, I told you
I
to
will
attack
hear
this
you.
dude.
What?
I'm gone.
He's already decided to run.
What's up, Chief?
All right.
No, don't run over towards those other ones. And of course, I gotta get hit.
All right. All right.
What's the word, Chief?
All right.
Oh, good. They're aggroing too. I mean, I don't mind killing them, but I kind of wanted to have the chance to try to talk to some of these thugs before we kill them all.
I'm gone.
What's up?
Balance in all things.
You leatherhead.
We're having some real issues obeying my commands here. Real issues. What are you doing, Dak'kon?
Done.
I've told you.
It is I.
Yeah? Oh, you alley-bred
Conscious
dog.
folly. Endure. Your will be done. All right.
Did you see that?
I want them attacking Mort, mostly.
I hear your words.
Huh? Good as done.
They are really not trying to attack Mort. And that guy is just running his ass off.
What? Filthy sod.
Can we kill this guy, please?
You filthy stinkers.
Alright, we got him.
All right.
Where's my combat log? Mort takes 2 damage because he resisted 4 of it. That was on a crit. Alright, not bad. Not bad. We just killed a grip of thugs. And we are Now let's try out one of the new features of the Enhanced Edition, which is this quick loot bar right here. Bunch of copper commons. Bronze bracelet. Is that all the loot?
All right.
You've got to see it to believe it. The Burning Man, right here, right inside. Come on in, buy a drink. See
And a
the
rusty
Burning
dagger.
Man. He's on fire. You've got to see it to believe it.
Namus one heals every once in a while.
Right inside.
Don't kite them close to barkers, those will aggro. Really?
The Burning Man.
Those are just small thugs, not huge thugs. No need to worry.
To see it to believe it.
Episode log in Witcher 1 is played on Icy World. You kill Burning Rose guy, yeah. And some ghost, yeah, that's the Wild Hunt. Oh, the cutscene where Geralt saves Foltest from the assassin, yeah. Alright, well, we killed some thugs in the street, and we're doing fine. Nameless one regenerates, which is nice. Okay, what we're gonna do now is end this episode. If you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere because I am not finished. I am not done playing. But if you're watching on YouTube, this episode is now over. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition.